Can an atheist make it to heaven?
Why would an atheist want to be in heaven?
Well, it's a lot better than eternal suffering.
But if there's no God, then you're just in darkness, right? It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
What do you think happens after we die?
We just die. I'm an atheist, so I don't believe in the great beyond.
Why not?
Well, it's pretty much settled when I took biology class and we learned about evolution, or other sciences like where they go about the Big Bang Theory and how they use carbon dating, to track down the dinosaurs and all these years of different phases of life on Earth and et cetera.
Yeah. So you believe that nothing created the whole universe?
Well, it's tricky. It's tricky because, again, the Big Bang Theory is a theory. And scientists don't even fully understand that. So I can't even answer that.
Well,
But how about I challenge you? Are you Christian?
Am I Christian? Do I follow Jesus? Yeah.
Yeah. You're a Christian. Okay. Well, I was raised by a Christian family, so despite me being an atheist, I fully support the religion. My little brother, he's a Christian, and I'm all in favor of it. I think they follow good morals. I think they, this, what is it? This connection to like faith and, I don't know. It's like they follow this good moral compass in life that, a society could really use, because I think there's a lot of degeneracy by a lot of atheists, actually. So despite me being an atheist, I could acknowledge a lot of the degeneracy of it. So,
but as an atheist, how is it degeneracy? It's just, unless that's your opinion. It's not really real moral objectivity, right?
It is, in my opinion. It is technically. The thing is, I was raised by a Christian family, so I guess like those good, decisions, like don't be promiscuous, don't be cheating, don't like backstab people, don't be a traitor. I guess those things have kind of rubbed off on me to some extent, and I think that can, I don't know, I feel like those are morals that the society should look up to,
Yeah, I agree. I'm just curious on where do you get it from? You think it's from your environment, or do you think it's in your nature to know it's wrong to kill, it's wrong to be promiscuous,
Ooh, that's a very good question.
Because if someone grows up in a different country and it's okay to rape over here, is it okay? Or is it, no, I don't care what my environment says. I know that's wrong. Where does that come from?
Right. That's a very hard question. I couldn't answer you that. But
just something to think about,
Yeah. Well, yeah, so after we die, I believe I think life continues on. I think no one really will remember you. And I guess that's one benefit that being an atheist has, is it gives people the ability to kind of make the most out of their life, which is paradoxical because they talk about how they kind of lack good morals. But on the plus side, I feel like just knowing that there's nothing afterwards, it's like, hey, like, I should probably ask out this girl, because at the end of the day, all of us are just going to be nothing but dust, or cease to exist.
But doesn't that make at least in my perspective, doesn't that make life extremely depressing? Like, everything's meaningless then. What's the point of life at all?
That's true. It's something that some atheists, a lot actually, and I used to be one of them, when I came to the consensus that there's no afterlife and we just die, I was like, what's the purpose of life? I've been having like some fucking like cuts on my arms. This is back when I was earlier. It was like a fucking existential crisis to me, you know?
For sure. I mean, it's a big deal. I mean,
yeah, but it can be dealt with. It's a matter of time, a lot of self-reflection and exploration, and you know, in your everyday about life, you know, it's a process.
I feel like, I mean, if it really comes down to it, let's say there is no God. We're just atoms, molecules, matter. We're just chemicals. So then, and molecules cannot reason. So even the fact that we're reasoning, I think, shows that there's something bigger than just our atoms, you know?
Right.
And I don't know, there's nothing to life then. There's no morality. We're just chemicals. Mm-hmm. There's no purpose, because there's no purpose giver if there's no God. Mm-hmm. And then I don't see it. I mean, I guess you could give yourself purpose. Cool, you have the consciousness to do that, but you know, like, where is it gonna take you?
Right.
Nothing.
That's yeah. The big question, purpose, you know.
Yeah.
Can atheists find purpose?
Sure. So let's take it to the afterlife again. Let's say, hypothetically, let's say it's real. Heaven and hell is real. Do you think you're good enough to make it to heaven?
Well,
And I think the first question you should ask is, well, what standard are we measuring this from? Right?
Right. Well, that's a very difficult thing, because the Bible isn't even like that clear with it, is it?
It's extremely clear.
It is.
10 Commandments, right?
I did horrible in my Sunday church.
For example, have you ever lied in your life?
Oh yeah, too many times.
Yeah, right. We can't even keep count. Have you ever stolen something?
Rarely. A few times when I was younger, yes.
Okay. Let's do 2 more. Have you ever hated someone?
In the past, yes.
Okay. Last one. This one I think it's everyone, especially around our age. Have you ever... have you ever wanted someone sexually?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. Jesus said that if you look at a woman and you lust after her, you commit adultery in your heart. So that's how high his standard is, right?
Oh god, I've heard that one way too many times.
Yeah. So hopefully you can see that you, me, everyone, we're not even close to being perfect to deserve this good place called heaven. We would all deserve a punishment, which would be hell. But let's see how well you did in your Christian learning. What did God do for us so we didn't have to go to hell? Do you remember? Very famous.
Oh god, I'm gonna sound like an idiot.
He sent someone.
Jesus, yeah, and he sacrificed himself for our sins, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
He sent someone to live the perfect life for us, since none of us were able to do it. Jesus did. And he died on the cross, and God raised him up from the dead, defeating death. Which means now we have the opportunity to make it to heaven through Jesus, if we believe that he did that for us, and that we put him first in our lives. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember back in my Sundays, schools or whatever.
Yeah.
we like collect some stones and we like draw the cross on them. And I actually have one stone that I made there. Where it says Jesus will return. And I remember I grew older. I'm like, what the fuck is Jesus returning? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like, is he coming yet?
Yeah. Well, as an atheist, you don't want him to return, right?
Right.
So, what I just shared with you is called the gospel, which literally means good news. And it is good news because none of us even deserve to be alive, and God's offering us life. But it's up to us to accept it or not. Same thing with you. You accept it or you reject it. It's on you. But I don't believe this is a coincidence, and maybe it's something for you to think about again and research, you know?
Right. Before I go, I do want to ask you something real quick.
What's up?
Can an atheist make it to heaven?
Why would an atheist want to be in heaven?
Well, it's a lot better than eternal suffering.
But if there's no God, then you're just in darkness, right? It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I guess.
But to answer your question, well, no. If you don't even acknowledge your Creator, how is He going to let you into His presence eternally? Okay, you made it into heaven, but I'm not going to acknowledge you as the Creator God. You wouldn't even want to be in His presence because God is love, and you would want to be in His loving presence. You know?
Well, I hope if that's the case, He can forgive me.
He is. He's waiting for you, man, to say, you know what? I need forgiveness. I want to put my faith in Jesus, and I turn away from this atheism. I believe you. And you just walk with Him. He's not angry at you. He's just extremely patient. I didn't grow up Christian. I gave my life to Christ like almost 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was believing in witchcraft and all this universe.
Witchcraft.
Yeah, I was believing. I didn't know it was witchcraft at the time.
Yeah, okay. You've had your phases.
Yeah. I thought that was the truth, though. And then someone actually explained it to me, and I had to humble myself. Like, you know what? Let me do some research on this stuff, and the evidence backs up Jesus. He really did die on the cross. He really did rise from the dead. It's historically accurate. I can't deny it. And it's up to me to be truthful. Am I going to follow my own thing, or am I going to follow what the evidence shows? I'm going to follow Jesus, and it's the best decision I've ever made, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I share this with people in here, and I can't force anyone. That's on you to make that decision.
Hey, honestly, I respect it. What's your channel?
If you have any questions, you can always message me.
Check it out, man.
Cool, man. God bless, man. Peace.
Let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. Don't forget to hit the